Hello everybody, this is Roman from Typography Lab at Berlin University of the Arts. Thanks to have you back here. We're trying to put together this little podcast on issues and little problems in the context of typography and typeface design. So be sure to subscribe not to miss anything. Thank you. So this time it's all about italics. So have you ever made the experience of doing a layout or composition of a doctoral thesis or any kind of academic text for a friend of yours, and you were importing the Microsoft Office file into InDesign, and suddenly your friend's asking you, where are the italics? The italics are gone, and immediately using trust in your skills. And I've made that experience, and it was kind of disastrous because I didn't have an answer at hand. I couldn't tell him, no problem, we're safe, italics are coming back. And I'd like to give you a hint on this problem right now. As we all know, manuscripts for publications are normally generated in text software such as Microsoft Office, Word, or whatever, where also the basic formatting is taking place: headlines, subheadlines, footnotes, tables, and whatever. And that's also where kind of some problems with that formatting may stem from and may be inherited into InDesign, such as the italic button, which is used many times by authors of texts, and like I'm doing here now. In the context of accessible documents, I've heard somebody say he would like to eliminate the italic button from the concept of Microsoft Office, but he can't, of course. And it's seducing many people to use it all the time. What's wrong with it? When I import the text using the Command D option in the text flows into the InDesign file, everything's okay, the italics are here. And why is there a problem with it? So the thing is, these italics are imported, but they're not formatted. As I can see, there is no character format for these italics. And that leads to danger when I'm, for instance, now changing the paragraph format of this text. And now the italics are still here, but as you see, the format has a plus sign, meaning an extra formatting is in that text area. And normally, in many cases, designers tend to eliminate these exceptions from the format by pressing the Alt button and clicking onto the format. And now, disaster strikes and the italics are gone. Now that's exactly the moment I was speaking about, when your friends or clients are losing trust in you and your skills. So what can we do to overcome this problem? Let's re-import the text and put it into a box. So we see that after importing, the italics are here. The problem is only that no proper character format is assigned to them. And that's what we have to change in order to save the italicized text for the rest of the layout process. And the tool we are using is Command F, the Find tool, and where we can look for words and parts of text and find them in the document. But in the lower part is a very important tool that we often overlook, and that's searching for formats. And it's not very prominent in the checkbox, so we'd have to check out that this is the place to click on, where we can specify certain formats that we want to look for, such as italic. And now we can go to the beginning of the text and look for a format called italic. And there it is. So although there's no character format, InDesign can still find all the instances that were normally italicized in the manuscript before, which is exactly what we need. And then I can also replace this format by a proper character format, assign a character format to these instances, and that's exactly what we need. So yeah, let me generate a new format, a new paragraph format, which I call italics, of course, and then assign, the italic value to this format, which is now all we need, but it could be much more. It could be smaller text size or whatever. So that depends on your choice. Anyway, so now let's find the first instance and change it. So now the format is assigned. Find the next one, change it. Next one, change it. Next one, and go through the whole document. And I could also press done, complete. Every instance has been replaced, which is very important to see. And let's try to see whether everything works. So here there is no format, and as you can see now, the proper character format has been assigned, and I can later, now if I want to change the whole appearance of the text by assigning a real paragraph format to it, which I prepared, the italics will not disappear. Even look at the plus sign is still there. That means an extra formatting is in the text. And if I now want to eliminate that to be safe that there's no further mistake, I can press the Alt button and click onto the format to make to delete all extra formatting. It could be an italicized word space that I don't want, or whatever. Now, the italics have not disappeared. Everything's properly formatted, and I can therefore, be more rude with the text, if I may say so. And it's just a thing I have to do before assigning all the paragraph formats to the text. Now I could use the change all option to do this step for all the instances of a 900-page book by one click, which would ease up so much. But I've heard quite a few people say they don't do that because, if you don't really know, if you haven't seen all these instances, you could even add new mistakes to the old mistakes. And that's what we don't want. We want to be precise. It may take an hour or half an hour, but then you're really sure you've, catched all the instances and did a proper job, which is probably better. But what could we improve for the process? And it's all about communication. We could communicate to the editors and authors of the text to take care and probably not use the italic button at all. So what's the proper way to do this formatting? And it's a bit more complicated, unfortunately. So if I want to italicize a word and make sure it's going to be formatted right beforehand, I could use a tool. There's a character format even in Microsoft Office that we can use. It's called emphasis in English, in German schwache Hervorhebung. I could use that and italicize the text by using this format. And now let's check out whether it'll be, whether it'll automatically appear in my InDesign document. And see, it's here. The italic part is visible, and as you see, the word I was lacking, subtle emphasis, is imported as a proper text, as a proper character format, and I would never have to bother with finding and replacing italics and assigning formats to them. So you just need to talk to your colleagues and ask them, could you use this format instead of the italic button? It would be very helpful. So why not try at least? In real life, of course, mistakes are made. And even though you've communicated everything with your clients and colleagues as to how to improve the workflow, even on their behalf, and you still need to check out and, be attentive to possible mistakes if you want to do a proper job as a composer. Nonetheless, I think it's a good point to communicate about what you need to improve collaboration on behalf of clients and colleagues, which will help you build up trust to them. And I hope this was helpful to you. In case you have any problems you'd like to find a solution for, just let me know, and I could try to show you in the podcast. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.